Hi, welcome back to our channel. Enjoyed last week's session? This week, we continue to delve deeper into the topic on the use of technology, innovation, and science knowledge in an enterprise. Please note, the lesson in public or business life is that even if you are so good, you do not move alone. You must work with others. You have to plan with others in mind in order to succeed. Enjoy!
Why? Because if we focus on cliques and clique formation, in-house groups, we are simply enabling self-destruction rather than the greater mission of business success or creating a working country. Our eyes on the mission is the only way to win. Focusing on cliques, such as who is for me in this department or who is against me, is simply giving an open door to the enemy. Remember Mekong Delta that I mentioned? By doing this, you ensure the enemy conserves their energy and they store the fight in the belly and they win in the end because you have removed your eyes off the mission of the business or the institution. Now let me tell you something. To cure cliques and to remove grounds for dangerous friendly fire in an organization, we have to take the second principle. What is that principle? The principle of teamwork. There's a particular maneuver in the army. They call it the center peel when they are fighting. The maneuver is called center peel. It means two columns fighting, especially in an urban setting where there are heavily built up places, buildings, narrow ways. Some of these places crawling with snipers inside buildings, improvised explosive devices placed on key routes. The columns have to carefully and systematically coordinate their moves in such a way that if one column is firing, the other column has to provide cover for the one that is firing. This formation is what the Americans call cover and move, or center peel. In other words, two columns cannot fight at the same time in all directions without either firing on each other or giving space to the enemy to successfully shoot and kill members of the column. This maneuver is highly effective because to fight and move in a formation in a difficult environment requires coordination and movement of actions. The lesson of this in public or business life is that even if you are so good on the team, you don't move alone. You should think of the life of your colleague. You should think of the work of the other department and how it builds the greater picture. When you think this way, you fight and move together through a difficulty till you break contact with the enemy safely and sound. It means you must plan with others on your mind in order to succeed. There's no such a thing as lone rangers in business and in life. You need a team to avoid friendly fire and to reduce enemy fire against you. Good teams fight and cover each other against enemy fire, always. This is the only way to ensure lasting success as a business or in a public institution. Finally, given we know that people in a team will generally take the path of least resistance, because that's human nature. If it's easy and convenient, that's what people will do. So given that we know this, the other yardstick, which is my number 3, to measure success when you compete on the market is to keep things simple. Simplicity is the opposite of complexity. Often, based on experience, the managers and owners of a business tend to complicate processes. They complicate thinking. They complicate everything in the hope that they are looking or aiming for a higher good. But this only makes things worse for the team. If we are changing policy or introducing something new or we are iterating an old idea, we must keep it so simple that every member of staff does not think twice or think hard to understand what we're trying to set up or what we're trying to achieve. Some time back, I wanted to get our farm team, our farm workers, into a particular modern routine. My wife and I had just visited the Canaan School of Farmers in the Gwangwon-do province in Southeast Korea. We wanted to infuse some sort of new thinking because of what we had learned. We wanted to infuse a new way of working. So I thought of all the new things we could introduce and do. I decided that we could introduce is the ringing of the morning bell at 6 a.m. as a sign that the day has begun, so that people can start with the basics, waking up at a specific time, ensuring that there is group prayer before work starts, and having a thoughtful process of the actions one must take in the next 8 hours in the day. This to you may sound so simple, but I can tell you it isn't easy for a peasant mindset for a majority of farm labor across the country. But it is a good start. By doing this, it helps to measure what each person has accomplished and what the teams in the various functions of the farm are doing. Now I can tell you we didn't break so much new ground, given there are many other factors in flux at a farm and in our industry, but I can tell you there seems to have been a culture shift. And this culture shift was some unintended change I hadn't planned for, which is that up to today, the bell still rings at the same hour in the morning and at the same hour at the close of the day, even under new farm management. I had the bell 3 days ago when I was at the farm. I had the bell ring at 6 p.m. and I was impressed that this simple habit has been adopted successfully. The bell, a simple gadget, has introduced a sense of timekeeping, simplicity, and perhaps this will be a basis for change in better teamwork and performance and a keen sense of duty. So we start with the simple and we go into complicated with everyone. Have a great weekend.
Would like to hear from you. Please email us at info@tapmedia.com and visit our website at www.tapmedia.com. You can also visit our offices located at Tomosi Business Park, Luzira, Port Bell Road, or call 0414 220 702. Thank you.